La. There we go.
Good.
Be quiet. There's no sound. This is the most impromptu freaking stream ever, but who cares?
Hi, guys.
There's no sound. Now they're saying. Now they're saying. Why won't you be quiet? There we go.
I thought we were going to get an infinite loop going on.
I mean,
Infinity loops are only for certain times.
So anyways,
How cold is it?
It's freezing.
you seem to be...
29 degrees.
You guys seem to be in the woods. It's probably 40, 50 degrees, somewhere around there. We'll say 42. It's a nice odd number.
It's also the meaning of life and everything.
Meaning of life was 42.
It's the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything.
So next year it'll be 42.
Yes, I stopped aging this year. Now it's just 42 Mark II, 42 Mark III, 42 Mark IV.
No commercials.
That's like the...
All the commercials.
I was trying
Well, I am going to go. Actually, how? I'm going to go out of the light range of the fires that are still going,
Okay.
and just lean up against a tree
Okay.
We're gonna look-
For
to rest
we're gonna look for a stick.
a stick?
A stick.
until
You find one!
anybody else does anything.
Okay, I'm gonna poke it in the fire.
How much is still? Oh my god! Of course you would.
Pokey, pokey, pokey.
You're gonna catch that stick on fire, dear.
But she doesn't respond.
Just don't hurt yourself, if you please. Don't hurt thyself, if you please.
Alrighty, so
We're going to find out that if we ever say, "If would you kindly," she'll follow exact orders of ours.
Would you kindly stop poking the fire? Just kidding.
you put that as one of your flaws.
Did you really?
No, it
Oh
would be
my! I was
hilarious.
like, oh my god! Did you really?
Mild brainwashing.
Common, total. Anytime somebody says, "Would you kindly," and asks me a polite question, I must obey it.
I mean,
It's how the Bioshock world worked in that game.
we didn't actually finish looking through all of the things.
Oh, I didn't even do mine. Like I haven't.
But
I
that's
have
probably
none.
one I would have taken. I just kind of put the stick down and I climb up onto my mech.
Your mech.
How much of the foresty is still on fire?
Not very much. At this rate, in the next 15 to 20 minutes, the fires will have burned out. It's just because you guys were using, well, some people were using incendiary
Yeah.
grenades.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so you're on top of your big daddy. He's just standing there. You know?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You've curled up next to a tree outside of the light range. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying to put out the rest of this fire as best as I can, just like with like dirt, since there's like really no water around. I'm assuming.
No,
Okay.
no real water.
Okay. So I'm probably trying to put
Fake water?
Yes, just fake water.
Just fake water.
It's
Okay.
called dirt.
Looks like fun. I copy.
It's
I just like jump off of him and start copying.
it's rehydrated dust. We like to call it dirt. But sometimes you can get the superhydrated dust,
The oversaturated dust.
which we like to call mud. Yeah. Bridget actually joins you in putting out the fires.
Okay.
Takes you guys maybe 5 minutes to get them all out.
Yay.
It's not that hard. There's some tree branches that are down with wet leaves and stuff, and you guys just kind of smack them until they're gone.
Okay, cool.
And Bridget seems to be going through and gathering up all of the bodies.
What are you gonna do with those?
First, I'm going to check them for anything useful. I need to eject out all of the ammo that's in all of their clips here. She pulls up one of the guns that's attached to their arms. And, yeah, if they've got anything useful, good. If not, we'll leave them all here.
Care for some help?
Sure. She shows you how to eject the clips out of the little arm gun thingies.
They're probably asking her a million questions like, what is this? What does it do?
So that's a gun. It's actually more aptly.
I know what, like I would know, even in Victorian times, they had guns, but like this.
So this is actually referred to as, it's the sidearm of the magistrates, or more commonly referred to outside of the vills as mags. The weapons are actually strapped to the arms, and she actually undoes some of the straps.
Excuse you.
Jeez.
God,
Oh man, I think I have to wipe now. Sorry for that, guys.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, buddy.
Wow.
While she's explaining
Goodness.
how or whatever, can I just attempt? No direction, just attempt to eject some of the bullets.
So you want to eject the little clip out and then get the...
Attempt to.
Sure, why not?
Not really paying attention to how I do it. I'm just.
Well, she hasn't even got to that part yet because she was starting to ask questions. So she just, and this is this, and this is. She's just now getting into it. Make me a.
See, I'm gonna learn how to inject it. I'm not gonna attempt to eject it.
Make me an intelligence roll.
I rolled high.
That's not good.
14 minus 11.
Nope. So it's the number on your sheet minus your dice.
Okay, 11 minus 14.
So you failed it by 3.
Just
Oh,
D6s. 3d6 for any roll
All right.
you do.
Make me a dex roll now,
Oh my god.
and
You gonna
please
shoot
make this
yourself?
one.
Oh, I did. Because I rolled 3.
You rolled 3
4.
ones.
I rolled
Four.
I rolled a total of 4. Sorry, I can't count.
Oh, okay. Because 3
4.
ones is a critical success.
So I rolled 2 ones. I rolled 2 ones and a 2, and you said it was a dex.
Yeah.
So 11 minus 4.
Made it by 7. All right. So you're sitting here and you're like trying to figure it out. You know, she's got one over that she's actually showing you and showing you how to undo the straps and stuff to get the
Okay.
sin eater or the guns off their arms.
Alright.
And all of a sudden you hear pop, 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 pop. As you're sitting here, you're like, one of these buttons has got to. And just this burst of fire just rips into one of the trees near you guys.
That's not good. Don't kill yourself. My child.
Luckily, you did not hit yourself. So, anyways,
Or any of us.
yes.
No shit.
So they strap on in 2 different spots. It's on an arm actuator that is normally pressed down. That they can move their muscles a specific way to pop it out into their hand and pop it back. The firearm itself.
Kind of like Assassin's Creed, where they bring up some knife and then bring it back.
The firearm itself does not have a handle on the pistol, and it's very blocky. There was actually a. Let me see if I can find it real quick here.
I thought my character would never use this because she's more the silent deadly type, but okay. Well, in a sense.
What was Bridget's reaction to the guns going off?
Yeah, she spins around and she's like, "Oh no, honey, please don't touch those, please. They're very, very dangerous."
I really think she has this, but this moment right here.
Well, she nearly just killed some of us.
Admit it, you were just hoping it would shoot me.
Not yet. I don't know you that well yet. Or after her.
Hey, I got it ejected.
No comment.
Kind of.
It's just that I fired it off instead.
Hey, you do what you gotta do.
Okay, so this is the type of gun.
I want Robin Hood ice cream.
So that's the type of gun
Okay.
that it actually has, except it doesn't have a handle on it.
Okay.
So I hit the trigger.
So the handle is
It's a
actually
Mauser
missing.
broom handle, basically.
And the spot right in front of it, you know how it's got the little trigger guard and stuff right here? That trigger guard isn't there. It's made so when it pops out, they can just slide their finger straight up into it and have it start firing.
Okay.
Yes. It doesn't have that part.
Oh.
Anyways, she goes, these are commonly referred to by the magistrates as sin eaters. When they use these on people, they have the right to just deal out whatever justice they see fit.
Oh god.
And so when they use these on people, that's essentially the final word.
Okay.
To interfere in one of the vills, if you interfere with one of the mags in pursuit of their job, you will suffer the same consequences as the person who would have been getting judged.
Sure.
Anyways, these are a very hard type of weapon to master, mainly because of how they pop out and stuff like that. It's really cool because you can go from being completely unarmed to firing without having to worry about draw the weapon. Anyways, so this is how you eject out the ammo. And then once you get the ammo out, there's usually 15 rounds of ammo in this. And she shows you guys how to pull out each round so we can accumulate the excess rounds. They're just 9mm rounds, so they can be used in most of the other guns.
How fascinating.
She goes, yes, the rounds in there can actually be used in mine. She pulls up a 6-hour P226, the silencer on it.
So I assume you were collecting these for your weapon, yes?
Anybody who's got a 9mm will be able to use these. I specifically picked this weapon because I can recycle the ammunition of fallen enemies to further my cause.
Very smart thinking.
Anyways, so once we've accumulated that, we should probably camp for the night. But not right here.
Yep. No, here.
So are you guys helping her get all the ammo and stuff
Yes.
out then?
Oh, well, I asked her if she needed help, and she said yeah. But then I was like, well, what's that? What's this?
All right. So after about 15 minutes, you guys have gotten all the ammo out in a small pouch that she's carrying. All right, we need to get everybody together. We need to move a little farther inland so we're not as easily seen. Does anybody know where the good General Doctor went?
I'm right here.
Yes, perfect. We must get going. We have to travel for a couple more hours inland, and we should be able to camp for the night.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So, you guys travel on for another couple hours, and everybody makes spot checks at a -2 because it's dark.
Spot.
Perception.
Yeah, perception, bottom of the middle column.
So, but it's a -2. It's,
So whatever it says on your character sheet, what's it say on your character sheet?
Right here.
okay, so it's a 9 instead.
Yeah, so if it says 11 minus, it's actually 9 minus whatever your dice roll is.
I don't see shit.
Made by
I made it by 3.
Holy shnikes.
I failed by 2.
Failed it by 2 plus whatever minus you said.
So by 4.
So
Alright, so you guys don't see anything as you guys are walking along.
So,
minus this
Had-
number.
so
Had
this
not been there, I
minus
would've
whatever your
zero.
roll was.
Because I rolled an 11.
And if
Maybe
your
you- so you guys
roll
both
is
see it better
lower
than
than
she
that
does.
number, you've made it. If it's higher than that number, you failed.
Don't roll a negative number.
And that's
Don't roll 3 6s.
That's pretty much every single roll in this game is going to be that.
Well, I made it then, I guess, because it's less than my negative number. So
All right, so Cole and Bria, you guys both make it. You guys notice a small blinking light off in the distance. Weird blinking green light.
Like, I probably wouldn't understand what that means.
Is it directly in front of us as we're
is it blinking or
walking? Is
phasing?
it-
Blinking or phasing? Like
What the heck's the difference?
blinking
Is it
like
slowly increasing and decreasing, or is it going blink, blink, blink?
Oh, no, it would definitely be blinking then.
Okay.
It's not the slow on and off. It's a 0-1 type of.
Okay.
Like Morse code?
On off.
Yeah.
Which direction is it from us?
It's actually off towards the north because you guys had started to head east inland.
Okay.
So it's off on your left-hand side a little
I'll
ways.
just go up and mention it and point it out to Bridget.
I was going to mention it to you and be like, what? I know you see it. What's that?
I have no idea.
We go towards it.
That's up to Bridget. I think she knows this place more than we do.
Well, I don't know what it is. We can go check it out. There shouldn't be anything out here. There should just be empty forest.
When was the last
All right.
time you were here?
I came through on the way to rescue you
I've never been here before.
many times.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
All right, so
Could be something useful.
she leads the way. She tells you guys to stay back like 30 feet from her just in case something happens.
Boom! Just kidding.
Anyways, six are under bad things. Oh, good. Perfect. So she gets up as you guys get closer, because she's not gonna tell you what she sees, because you guys are gonna see it on your own. But as you guys get closer, you can see that Bridget is now standing up next to what looks like to you, it looks like a little mini sub.
Okay.
You know, like a 4-person little mini sub.
One that like attached
Like
to
a
like
civilian?
larger submarine.
Yeah, well, like a civilian one. You know,
one
like,
that'd be craned off of a boat or something.
yeah, you just crane it off the boat, like the little yellow ones with the little. It kind of looks like that. It's all green. There doesn't seem to be any windows or anything on it, and it seems to be in a crater. What's flashing is at the very top edge of it, which is just barely sticking out of the hole. Other than that, there's a mound of dirt about 3 feet deep. It looks like whatever this is, it came through the trees because a whole bunch of trees has just been snapped off. And there is a rut, maybe 200 meters long.
Where it's scraped to a halt.
Yep. It entered, smashed through the trees, hit the ground, and just kind of skidded to a halt down here. You can see Bridget standing at the top of it. She's got her gun out, pointed at the thing, but she doesn't seem to be like hostile. It's like she's covering where she's looking right now.
I run up to it.
You go running up to
I'll
Of
head
course she
for it
does.
as well.
it.
I'll
You-
walk slowly up to it because I have no idea what this is.
Okay. So she turns to you. She's like, "Whoa! Don't fall in! Don't fall in! I don't know what that stuff is down there."
Let her go.
Anyways, as you guys approach, now you can kind of tell that the greenish glow, not the flashy light up the top, but there was a little bit of a light source being lit up from underneath. There is a weird swirling green liquid that has pooled around the bottom of this ship. You can actually see parts of the dirt and stuff on the edges slowly collapsing in to this, as if it's, for lack of a better way of describing it, melting the dirt.
Do I recognize this sort of liquid?
Do you have any chemical
Chemical
knowledge?
engineering?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Yeah, the knowledge as well as the science, or just the science, or what?
I just have the science. Yeah.
Okay.
How big is the gap
made it
of
even.
the dirt mound?
What was that?
Made it
Two
even.
away
I have
from.
no idea what this is, though. It could be quite a few different things. Not very many things that you know of that would actually melt or, dematerialize dirt like that. The gap
Would I
over
recognize?
to
Would I
the
recognize
top of the
that,
ship?
Yeah.
Like 4 feet.
If we tossed you, you'd make it.
Just say 1 meter, 3 feet.
Would it occur to me
No, I'm not good. I'm
That
not gonna reach it.
a liquid that dissolves
With the
dirt
tip of my needle.
and glows is typically a bad
How long is
sign?
your needle?
Oh,
2
yeah.
feet? Oh.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's
3 feet.
totally a common
Okay.
knowledge.
I'd point that out to everyone. I'm like, don't touch the green stuff.
I was gonna.
It's good advice. The stuff that's making the ground disintegrate probably is not good to be touched. What is this?
I don't know.
I know. I
Could be a number of things.
It's melting.
You've actually seen something that looks something like this as well. The little bathyspheres. Yes,
Mm.
the little bathyspheres that were used to travel underwater from one building to the other.
Ah!
Kind of look like this, except it looks like somebody took it and just kind of stretched it just a little bit. So it's a long bathysphere.
With no windows.
Yes, with no windows though. And no immediate means of entry.
Look around on the top. Typically, submarines have their hatches on the top.
I have an idea. So I
We just throw her on the top of it.
So I signal Big Daddy over and
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
I have him lift me up.
Uh-huh.
So I have a smaller gap. I'm gonna step onto the submarine.
Oh my gosh, let her go.
Okay.
Wait, how long does his arm reach?
Well, it's only 3 feet from the edge to the other
Oh.
side.
And he's
And so it's an arm.
That's true.
yeah.
For her, it would still be a big leap.
Oh, that'd still be a big leap.
Well,
Big Daddies are roughly 7 feet tall
Okay, I was like,
Not small.
and built like
that's right. It's been a long time
Built like
since
a
I played
giant meat.
Bioshock.
meat sack.
Never played.
Tanks.
You've never played Bioshock?
I never watched anybody play that one either.
It's fun.
It's a fun one.
The storyline is great.
It is.
I
really good.
I can't ever do the harvesting. I always save them. They're too cute.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I've never harvested before.
What?
What?
Too cute.
I've played both sides.
So have I.
I watched one of my friends do it once, and I was like, I can't do that. Watched him like.
That's like the best part.
Anyways,
No,
so-
not
But
morbid
yeah,
at all.
So yeah, now I'm standing on top.
okay, you're on top of it. The whole thing is vibrating or humming. You couldn't tell it until you were standing on it because now your teeth are doing the same thing. I feel funny.
I kind of do like what little kids do, like on Bumpy Road.
Well, apparently it's vibrating.
All right, well, don't fail this, Bridget. Oh, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's just barely. Well, I mean, she's got a 12.
So she makes
it by 1. So she backs up a little bit, and she runs and she jumps, but that would have sucked. Your only guide at the very beginning of this
Melts.
Guys.
melts in a pool of something.
That would suck.
Well, now what are we to do, guys? Anyways,
We're on an
so she
adventure by
now hops
ourselves.
over there by you. She's like, all right, we need to look for some sort of a hatch. Look for a shape, a circle. Usually hatches are circles.
Square, goddammit.
9, 12. I felt
Nice roll.
Yeah, so she goes walking around and she's like, what's this? And she reaches down and touches something, and you guys watch her body turn into a bright white light, and it looks like she shrinks down into nothingness.
I want to try.
Where did you go?
You go push the same thing. You do that, and you immediately see this image of the inside of the ship just kind of expand around you, and then you're standing inside along with Bridget.
Well, everyone that's outside,
Watches you shrink down into nothingness. Yeah.
I don't know what my mech is doing.
So, what's his ego?
His ego is minus 11.
Okay.
Does he jump over?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here, let me see his character sheet for a second.
Oh, God.
Did you just rip another pair of pants?
No, this is the same pair.
Okay.
Fucking ripping pants today over here.
Okay.
He ripped them last week.
Just a tiny bit on the pocket. This one now. All right. So inside, you guys feel. Outside, you guys see this Big Daddy jump on this thing, and it shoves the thing down like 6 inches into the ground when he lands on this.
Oh, dear.
Oh, lordy.
Whoa, big guy. Calm down. She's just inside.
And he's starting to like smack the ground because he doesn't understand what you guys pushed. He wasn't standing on the ship with you guys, so he's just like smacking the top of it.
I do not try to stop him.
I just
Who would try to stop him?
I do not.
I just say what I say. I'm like, calm down, big guy.
I just maybe take a few steps back.
Probably just inside.
May I?
Huh? So you're inside, and you just recently crashed. That's all you really remember is that it hasn't been very long by your time units. At least the trees and stuff have stopped burning. And then 2 people have appeared inside.
Okay. And now something is smashing.
And now something's hitting the outside of the thing. You're not certain that this was your original you? Because it seems to be lacking lots of stuff. It's an escape pod.
Right.
Lifeboat, whatever it is.
Yeah. No. My man cave.
Oh my
So-
lord.
As you look around, you see a bonus.
As you look around, you see a Velvis painting on the wall.
Oh my god.
So as you glance around,
Random
besides
knickknacks.
the Velvet Elvis over there, you also see 4 purple stains on the ground.
Sounds like a perfect.
Okay.
Anyways, they're in they're in you. Oh yeah. And you got a Big Daddy on top just banging away.
Damn.
You're being all sorts of manhandled.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
You're welcome.
Would you mind getting your filthy monkey paws off of me?
Yeah, you guys hear this voice just come out of nowhere. You're fairly certain something up in the sky or the ceiling or whatever this is just said that. Hello?
Yes?
Who are you? Where are you?
What?
I'm here.
So am I, but I can't see you.
Crap, how do I,
Oh god.
Okay, this chair just sucks. Leave me.
You could make your soft yellow glow of annoyance.
Yeah. Pretty much. So,
How am I doing this? I have a freaking mouse.
everything inside the space just
Maybe.
lights up kind of yellow, and
Ooh,
you hear
lighting.
this grumbling kind of.
I'm sorry, we're bothering you. We can leave. We thought somebody was in need of assistance here.
Oh, I need assistance.
How can we help you? Me and this. How can I help you? She glances down at you and realizes, oh yeah, the creepy girl's in here with me. Yeah, how
First
can I
off-
help you?
Whoever is making that racket needs to stop it.
I wonder if this is your large traveling companion.
It's giving me a headache.
Any chance that you could go back outside? Is there a chance that she can go back outside?
Well, yeah.
And anyway, you should tell us how to do that?
I kick her out.
And you guys see the white light appear
And out comes this little child.
on a 9 or under. Okay, not bad. Not bad things. There was a chance that the Big Daddy was right there. So when the white light shot her out, it would have grabbed him and pulled him in.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but it didn't
I
happen.
mean, I'm not lying. That would have
I mean,
been awesome.
So anyways, you pop out, and the Big Daddy's like, oh. He runs over, grabs you, and flips you up on top
She
of him.
just get shot out. That'd be a lot funnier.
And, well, no, the light made her grow back up like it did before. And then he tries to, oh God. Oh God.
Where do we land?
So he puts you on the shoulders, and he just standing jumps and comes down about halfway through. And so he's like dug his hands into the dirt. And so he's like, he's trying to get you to
Go.
Do you climb up and climb out?
Yeah.
All right, make me a dex roll. Unless you have climbing. Do you have the actual skill climbing?
No, it's just
okay.
air vents. It's just for vents.
Yes, in air vents, you're a little monkey.
Oh no. Let's just say I rolled 2 6s and a
Ooh.
3.
15.
15. Yeah, that's not gonna make it. Because even if you'd maxed out your dex, it would be a 13 minus. Oh God.
The minus 11.
So
You fail horribly.
you guys see the guy jump and has now embedded his arms into the wall of dirt, but is slowly starting to slide down because of his weight. The little girl is trying to climb up, but she keeps sliding down on top of this big guy, who continues to slide down farther into this dirt towards this goo. Anybody doing anything?
Climb, big guy, climb.
Is not even going to help the little girl.
I will try to help.
I'll
I will
go
try to
over
help
there.
little girl.
I can't believe I'm doing this. And you just see the ship. Expand.
So as the ship expands, the goo kind of smooshes out farther, but it's also pushing up as the whole thing gets bigger. Eventually, the Big Daddy is able to climb up, and you're able to grab a hold of the girl's hand and pull her up easily.
And then I shrink back down.
What the hell was that?
What? This makes no sense.
So Bridget didn't say,
Does it
how-
stay expanded?
No,
No, he's
he
shrunk back
expands it up, and as soon as the guy gets out of the hole, shrinks back down to the other side. So now there's like a huge gap.
Shit.
But I've also pushed the goo further out and around. Yeah.
So now instead of a pool of goo, now it's a calm lake of goo.
Oh god.
So it's like Terraria when you like dig blocks
Oh my
in the water.
gosh.
Yep.
Okay
So-
then.
Bridget.
Yes. How can I help you?
If we want to get out of here, we're going to have to dispose of my leakage problem.
Okay.
And this is kind of a above thing table, so to speak. I don't know what we would call it or how we would dispose of it, so...
Well, it's
Chris
a good thing
doesn't-
your character has.
I don't. My character might, but I don't. Yeah.
Hey, it's even better if he doesn't know. My
Well, I would say, yeah, we'll say that he doesn't then. Like, he's totally at a loss as to how to clean up this
Spill.
pool of miscellaneous heavy elements and things that should not be exposed to regular atmosphere and or planetary surfaces.
Well, we do have a doctor with us. Maybe he can assist us in this. Is there any way that we can get him? He's the one in the long trench.
Fine! I expand back out again and proceed to speak outwardly. Apparently there's a doctor out there somewhere. Do you mind stepping on board for a minute?
There's a doctor in the house.
Is there a doctor in the house? No, but there's one in the forest.
I just walk over.
Make
and
sure
go,
you wipe your filthy monkey paws off before you get on.
Oh my god. You don't like it a little dirty?
I walk over to it and I'm like,
He could be perfectly clean. I'd still call him a filthy monkey.
I kind of look at the craft and I'm like, whoever that is, they're kind of an asshole.
Sounds like it.
And I attempt to climb up.
Okay. Well, he's expanded out, so it's not going to be that hard for you to get up there.
I grab a stick and try and poke him.
And
Do it.
go to the spot where.
Stop that.
She's a child.
Okay. Are you going to pull
No, I
him
yelled. I
in?
yelled that at you.
Huh?
Are you going to pull him in, or is he to touch the?
Oh, he has to touch it.
Okay.
I just touch wherever everybody else was.
It takes you a second to find the spot,
He's now a Disney
and then you are inside.
You know who's a Disney princess? Frankfurter.
Yeah, that's what I just said. And then the other comment is he's not a Disney princess. He's a Disney queen.
Sweet transvestite.
I just look around and I'm like, is that a Velvis?
Oh, do you like it?
No.
Unique.
A bloody hell.
Anyways, what do you want?
So I proceed to list off the trace elements of what's in said substance. It's things that are not typically found.
Yeah, none of the elements that he's listing off are ones that you know of.
Did you stay expanded or did you shrink?
I'd probably just stay the way I was. It's easier. It's not affecting me because it's part of me. So, but you know,
I have no idea what those are.
Because none of them are earth elements.
I just start dropping sticks.
Into the lake.
Yeah.
Or just okay. Good. Well,
How wide was the hole?
Well, when he's grown, he's pushed the hole now to be close to 10 meters wide, about 30 feet across now. You can tell it is a corrosive substance, though. During a couple minutes.
in order for you, heaven forbid I have to deal with this for very long, to be able to pick me up and carry me, in order for me to shrink down far enough, we need to remove said list of elements, and just goes on for like 20 minutes.
Bridget stops you about halfway
through
through.
spiel, I'm just like, well, I get it.
Let's just call it goo for short.
Stupid monkeys.
Well, we could fill the area around him with some trees that'll hold up to it a little bit longer so we can get him out of there. I'm thinking of the stuff we have around us.
So am I to understand that you are the craft here, and that you will be able to shrink down to a smaller size, much as you've grown?
As far as you know.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out if that's actually what you're meaning, or
Are we taking?
I
are we
can be
taking
whatever
this whole
size you
thing?
need me to be.
And there's another twig.
Although, technically, you could just pick me up from over there and I point, or you see this little beer can looking thing glowing.
Well, that's easier.
Pulsing.
I just like walk over and like pick it up and like, why does it look like a beer can?
Turns into a Bud Light can.
That's weird. I just like stick you in a pocket.
Oh God, it's filthy in here.
Deal with it.
So, anyways,
Meanwhile.
I proceed to remove Bridget and
the doctor
And
and
doctor
yourself.
and myself from the confines of the ship.
Okay. So you guys are all standing on top of the ship now.
Why do you guys keep disappearing and reappearing? What is going on?
I don't think we have to worry about that at this point, and I go hop off.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Because I found the thing that was talking to us.
I'm not a thing.
Because I'm holding up a Bud Light can.
What is that?
Well, it's a fake Bud Light can. It's actually some sort of
I go
beer.
back to just being an opaque silver.
What's Bud Light?
It's beer.
Now it's a silver bullet.
Probably shouldn't leave that lying around, and you just see the ship kind of shrink down and collapse into nothingness.
Okay then.
Man, I'm gonna miss that Velvis.
And as it shrinks down, the goo has just been like dribbling down the stuff, and it seems to have kind of made a much darker goo,
Grody.
and it seems to have stopped destroying the dirt.
It's diluted enough.
Yes.
Alright.
There's a couple sticks floating in it.
Well, I guess we proceed the way we were going.
Yes?
I talked to myself that low and
What?
That log had a child.
That don't get a child.
Oh my.
I'm so glad that you knew what he was talking about.
I didn't hear what he said.
I was walking through the forest, and I rode a log over one day, and there was a twig underneath that log, and I thought to myself, that log had a child.
Well, lead the way, Bridget.
All right. She travels on for about another hour. She goes, all right, we should stop here for the night. It'll be morning here in about 4 hours or so. We'll try to get 4 hours of sleep and then get up and try to make it back to our base camp area where we can meet up with the others.
Alright.
Then we can move on from there to Cerberus. All
By
right.
the way, there is a computer nearby. It's in my other pocket.
Well, I'm having a full-blown conversation with it.
001010101.
Pretty much.
Hey, Becker.
That equals true. Anyways,
Find out
so
his computer's a chick.
excuse me, can you put me in your other pocket? Why I need to interface with your woman. I'm fairly certain our peripherals match.
Or at least I can make them match.
Oh dear God.
Nice to meet you here, madam. Are you an innie or an outie?
That is
Do you have the
terrible.
correct console ports?
You're a DOS operating system. What? I can't mess with your kind.
Little to your knowledge, it's running Windows Vista.
Oh God!
Windows 98.
You whore!
I can deal with that Windows 98.
You whore.
You just can't dial up to it.
Alright, so anyways.
It's running like the first version of Windows 10, I think.
Are any of you... I know you're very handy at combat. Are any of the rest of you capable fighters?
Not hand to hand.
Well, it doesn't have to be hand-to-hand.
I can tell you the mathematical odds of you winning a fight.
Oh my god.
I'm just waving my needle, just chilling on the shoulder.
You can see her keep glancing right past you. Anyone else?
Overlook this child.
I'm specifically overlooking the child because I don't want to put the child in any more danger.
Oh, I'm fairly certain she can handle herself.
I just hold up a grenade and I'm like, I can
Feel like
try.
No.
That's my weakness. That's a flaw. I have a
Don't
thing
throw
for,
me!
I have a thing for children.
We get into
Why are you faux grenading?
we get into combat and he reaches in. You're in there with the grenade and the computer. He pulls you out. He pushes a part of you and just lobs you with the enemies. You're like, shit!
And then I just expand.
Turn yourself into an oil drum.
Anyways,
blow it up.
we need people on watches. I guess you could help with watches.
She's got a giant big machine.
Right, it's a machine.
I
Are
don't
you
know
sure
what
it's a machine?
Come on,
That's all I would know that it would be. You would probably know more than I would.
You just.
I'm just chilling on his shoulder.
I've
Like
seen many
swinging.
combat drones. Kind of looks like one, maybe more made for submersibles. Got that dome-looking thing on it. But anyways, we need people to stay up on watches. I will stay up for the first set of watches, but we need more people on the second watch.
I'll watch. I mean, all I'm gonna do is yell at you guys when
That's true.
something comes.
That's all we have to worry about.
What? I dropped my phone.
How about you? Are you going to stay up on a watch? Okay. Little girl, are you going to assist on second watch?
I just smile. Just grin.
You can assist with her. How's that?
She's not gonna get much. She's just grinning. She doesn't speak much.
Very well. Everybody try to get a couple hours of sleep.
I'm going to actually. Oh, no, I don't know if I can do that. Never mind.
What?
Nope, I'm gonna do it. Well, the back of my dress actually just comes right off. I'm actually gonna take off the bottom half of my dress and climb into a tree
Okay.
and sleep up there
Okay.
and take my watch from there, I guess, as well.
Okay.
In those odd Victorian skivvies under your dress.
No, it's actually just like because of who she is, she'd actually be wearing black pants, skin tight pants.
So, what athletic type skills do you have?
I don't remember. We didn't really go over a whole lot of them yet. Remember? I don't have much.
Because I know most people didn't take any skills at the start here.
I don't think I took any.
Okay. So, make me a dex roll at a -4.
Don't worry, you and me, we're all skills.
Fuck.
What?
What do you mean, what? You just hit my sweatpants. And my sweatpants hit my underwear. My underwear smacked my ass. You started a chain reaction.
Well, I meant to smack your ass, so I missed.
Yes. It's because there's 3 other layers. Well, 2 other layers. 3 if you count the shirt. It's kind of tucked into it.
Okay, so you said -4.
Yes.
-4. Oh, I still make it by 3. We're good. Math. I was like, fuck.
So you're trying to climb up this, and it's not working very well. But you finally get up to a branch big enough that can handle you.
Good.
And do her.
Handle.
That's
She's not gonna climb up a branch this big.
And lay up there.
She climbs up. Sits.
Yes, my dress unfashions pretty easily. I've made it like that for a reason.
All right. What are you doing?
Sleeping? She said to go to sleep.
So you just like
She's like, I'm out.
Instantly.
just standing there?
Baby, are you okay?
How about you? What are you doing?
I have him cradle
I can
arms,
totally
so
see
I
it. A
just, like-
vampire sleeping just looks dead.
Do we know that she's a vampire?
I don't think
No,
that I need
well,
to sleep.
I've kind
She's
of.
been eating people.
The typical
Super
tropes
strong.
are kind of pointing themselves at us
No, I'm
pretty
just
hard.
saying.
Big, sharp,
But
pointy fangs.
Nobody has asked, and I haven't
Claws
said.
that rip through everything.
I'm just saying.
But nobody's actually come out right and said, "Are you a vampire?"
I just like, what are you?
I'm sleeping in the most safe spot in the forest.
And a giant mech.
Need his arms.
He's resting like this. You guys can actually hear on the inside as the mech himself is sleeping as of right now. Well, other than Big Daddy, she hasn't given him a name, so.
I did. His name's Eric.
Oh, Eric. Have you called him that?
Nope.
Okay.
I call him Mr. Bubbles.
So, Mr. Bubbles. Gotcha. All right. So,
Because he makes bubbles when he walks underwater, right?
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Which watch was I supposed to be on?
Everybody else is on too.
Jesus, how many people does she think we need?
I'll
She's gonna go on watch one.
I'll
by
just
herself?
stay on watch 1, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, everybody's supposed to be on watch too.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll go to sleep.
That doesn't make any sense.
Unless an annoying beer can tries to keep me up.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. She can trust that her trained senses will be able to spot something. She's hoping between all of you, somebody might notice something.
So she can get some sleep.
So, anyways, it's not that bad of an area. 7 or under. Oh God.
And you rolled the one number you could, you shouldn't have, huh?
Well, no,
Six.
it's a 113. So I rolled a 5,
Oh.
but that's still low enough that something's going to happen.
Oh, fuck.
On watch 1 or watch
On watch
On
1.
Bridget's watch.
This is not
Now watch,
fun.
she can roll terrible on her perception check.
No.
Nope, she rolled right on.
You don't sleep, do you?
Nope.
You could technically roll a perception if you wanted to.
I
So-
thought you said he didn't have a perception.
If Nick's okay with it.
No, we talked. He can make perception because he can kind of sense what's around us.
He's got like external sensor equipment.
Hi.
We weren't expecting you.
What's up?
Unicorn makes them.
12.
You rolled a 12? It's 13 minus, so you got the one.
It's 15 minus.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, that's right, you have a higher intelligence than you. So you made it by
So
3.
what?
That major character.
Yeah.
She's been carrying around your body for the last week. This big unicorn. She's like walking around like, hold on, I'll get in the fight. Sits you down.
Oh my god.
You just need to do squat.
Okay, Hulk.
Our vamp is swole.
And I'm successfully creeping the guide out.
And our
How can
asshole
we in
beer
this-
can is
Yeah, how can I help
expectedly
you?
an asshole.
Yeah. So I made it by 3 on my perception.
For
Okay.
the sake of learning, I'm okay just observing today, and then
Okay.
because my character's not finished. Either.
We're
Okay, okay.
still.
Observe away.
You're good.
Alrighty. So, you and Bridget both notice. You actually notice like 30 yards before Bridget
freezing.
does.
Bridget.
It's like a-
Bridget.
It's like a proper dungeon in here.
Yes.
There's something out there.
Bridget.
Yes, Stewie. It's right over there.
What's your name?
Skippy.
Oh.
I haven't said that yet, though.
Oh.
But I will respond to you.
Skippy.
My name is not Stewie. My name is Skippy the Magnificent.
Wait, what?
Skippy the
What is your character?
You can call me the Lord God Almighty.
He's literally
AI.
a beer can. You're a beer can?
I'm an AI that
Yes. He's
appears.
this.
As far as
He's
you can
currently
tell, I
residing in
look
his
like a beer
pocket.
can, or I appear to be a beer can, or
A beer
A
can.
Bud Light coin. A Bud
Light can,
A Bud Light
or
can.
or grenade, or
Anything that's can
That's
shaped.
actually pretty cool. That's interesting.
I look like a flashbang when I'm a grenade.
Or a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
So, anyways, a guy just comes walking out of the woods straight up to you guys, and Bridget starts shaking people. She hollers over you. Wake everybody else up. She starts.
I'm in a tree, so
Hey.
good luck.
Henry,
What?
wake up. Henry, wake up.
Hi.
What is it? Mom!
Somebody here.
Mommy!
Oh.
Mommy! Mom!
Okay. Instantly grabs implode grenade.
Hi.
If I go, everybody goes. Pull the pin out. Dead man switch, bitches. Go ahead, shoot me.
I do it.
God damn it. Why would you feed that into his
I was
brain?
gonna say, don't give him ideas.
Because that's
You
what
know-
he
She
does.
knows exactly what I would do
Dice for
anyway.
this?
Yeah,
Just
it's
D6s.
3d6.
Oh.
And then you minus whatever you roll against
On your
what
sheet.
your stat is.
Oh,
Anyways,
cool.
so, yeah, this guy comes walking up to the group, and Bridget actually steps out in front of him, and she's got her gun raised up, and
That's amazing.
ugh, that's not gonna be good. All right, her roll to resist would be. Okay.
See, I would assume
All right, so he made it by 4, and she failed by 1.
Not 4.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So she walks up and she's like, how can I help you? And he's like, be quiet. And he raises his hand up to her, and she falls asleep.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
And he comes walking right up to you.
My character.
Hello, you.
In girl
What
form.
do you want? By the way, you make me do what she did. I'll let this go, and we'll all go.
He's not joking.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
So, something about how he looks into your eyes.
Okay, look
Oh my
here.
gosh, it looks like girl.
He's gonna have a sexual feeling with you.
He's like, oh, God. Okay, so 5d6 for his effects roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Because, what, do you have any mental defense?
I imagine more like
Would that be DMCB?
Yes.
It's a 3.
Okay, so he still hits. Because he rolled really good, even better than he did with Bridget.
Jesus.
Dude.
All right, so 5d6.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh god.
Let's
fuck.
see, 6, 12, 13, 14,
What if there's a
17. What's your ego?
My
That's
ego?
So
Yeah.
awesome. Look at the hair sticking out like that.
13.
So awesome.
13.
12 minus.
Okay, so
I really
he
like
didn't have
that.
enough this turn to affect you very much. He seems really friendly to you.
That's a little bit more
I'm a
normal.
little too friendly.
He doesn't seem like he's going to actually hurt you. Anyways, he walks up and he's like, I've been watching you since you guys came out of that thing.
I don't know.
I'm not a thing.
So where are you at right now?
In his pocket.
Still in his pocket? What are you doing as he's trying to converse with you? What is everybody doing?
I'm in a tree looking down
Well, I
like.
woke up.
Oh, I'm
What?
still holding the implode grenade.
So this guy, his hair is matted with like leaves and stuff and twigs, and it looks like he purposefully did it as camouflage. His face and stuff is covered with mud, and it literally looks like he's woven his clothing out of like vines and twigs and stuff. Blends in very well. Also smells like he's been in the forest for all his life.
Oh, he's a dirtier monkey than all of you combined.
Oh no.
Did I get woken up?
Huh? Yes.
We all did.
Yes. Everybody is awake.
Except for Bridget.
Except for Bridget.
Who's like.
She hadn't got to
Except for the
sleep yet.
unicorn,
See,
she
so
smells bad. It
Anyways.
smells like rainbows and cake
And
and.
then there's a horse over there too, laying down. We've been carrying that through the forest here after. Oh, you should have seen how funny it was.
Oh.
So this all started. All right, I'm gonna do a quick recap.
Do
since
it,
they're
do
actually
it.
here.
You're fine. I'm gonna go upstairs really quick and check on my monster.
So this is what's happened so far. They woke up in a cryopod.
Thank you.
Like a gigantic fish tank type cryopod in this big room. Their eyes and ears and stuff, none of that worked to begin with. Like, it was really hard to get anything to focus, and somebody came up and gave him a shot, and then he started giving a couple of the other people a shot, which instantly, like, awakened and made them all alert and stuff. And there was, like, gunfire going on back and forth between two different groups of people. And one of them said, we're here to rescue you. Hurry up and get up top. The helicopter should be here any minute. And so they proceeded to, instead of running right upstairs, they went through the boxes and the crates and the lockers and stuff that was in the area. And, I mean, which was good because everybody was completely naked at the beginning, even the creepy child.
I'm 6.
Your character is only 6 years old?
And yeah, because she's playing one of the little sisters from Bioshock.
And their
she-
ages are between
and she-
5 and 10.
And she has a Big Daddy follower. One of the big guys in the suits.
That was
If you
hanging
pull
from
up
a gas
Bioshock and
train.
type in Little Sister and Big Daddy, you'd see a picture of what her and her follower look like. So, anyways, they start heading up, and she notices
Are you at
some
full
dead
power
people
right
laying
now?
on the stairs.
It's full.
So she
Been
runs
plugged
over
in for
and she starts
a while.
extracting their blood with this gigantic needle that she's got.
Just
It's
swap
a
it.
two-
might be related to Hex.
It's
just
It's a 2-foot long needle.
Here, just
And she's
plug into
3
this
feet
one,
tall.
it's long.
And she is very
It's-
creepy.
Not the right kind.
Super
She's
creepy.
scared of
She's-
me.
That's actually one of her flaws. She's creepy.
So are you little sister
Yes.
or oh?
I'm little sister
Okay.
and Big
Mode.
Daddy. I'm not big sister.
Mode.
Mode?
So,
Oh,
so anyways, while that's happening, she grabs the unconscious horse. Everybody's convinced you're a horse with some weird attachment on your forehead.
Well, I actually, so the way that I actually look is I have like iridescent like fur and like pink and blue and purple and teal mane, and then like this
You're-
ginormo.
You're Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, kind of.
It's Princess
or
Celestia.
to all of us, you're a funny looking horse right now.
So, anyways,
At least that's
as
what my
she-
character calls you.
as she was getting ready to carry you up, so there were a couple barrages of what you guys could only assume to be missiles at the time. Were shaking the entire building that you guys were in, and then water started to pour in one side. So everybody was trying to get up top, and then before she picks you up to carry you up top,
Do
descends
you have
on
like
one.
super strength or something?
Descends on one of the bodies and proceeds to eject a pair of fangs out and start drinking the blood from one of these bodies. Then she comes back, scoops you up, and carries you upstairs. At which point, there's a small civilian Airbus
We're really a
helicopter.
ragtag team of
Misfits.
people on me. Oh my god.
And this small aircraft helicopter called an Airbus lands, and everybody, including the tossed inside horse, all get aboard the little helicopter and takes off. At which point you realize that you weren't in a building, that you were on the USS Nimitz super carrier, which seems to have a whole bunch of holes blown in the side and is now sinking out in the middle of the ocean. And you're surrounded by like 10 big destroyer boats and a whole bunch of helicopters. The helicopters proceed to start firing at
The Airbus.
the Airbus, trying to knock you guys out of the sky. They land a couple hits, at which point Henry is like, Henry's the doctor, the general doctor. Not a general practitioner, a general doctor.
Dr. General.
Dr. General.
Doctor.
Like Inspector
General? Doctor. General.
Anyways, he hangs out the helicopter and is inspecting all the damage. He's like, shit. Hops in. They go to get into the compartment where the tools and stuff are kept. Unfortunately, there's a horse laying on them. So they pick up the horse and move the horse, which of course shifts the weight in the helicopter. Anyways, he repairs it in flight.
Well, it launches him out
Well,
front.
People,
And-
people
yes.
in this world don't know what a unicorn is.
No?
Well, we don't.
Like the idea that like fantastical
At
fantasy
this
version of a
point,
unicorn
probably not.
hasn't been.
I mean,
At this
her
point, we
character-
haven't taken the time to like
I mean, I
actually
see
like fully
sunshines and
inspect
rainbows.
you. We've been dealing with other stuff. It's more important.
I don't see blood and gore. I see sunshines and rainbows. So you're probably a horse.
You're even more colorful to her than your regular.
She has pyro vision from Team Fortress 2.
oh my god.
Everything is
I
happy
love
and
that.
happy and everything, and he's just mowing down everything with fire.
Didn't he have like a big lollipop or something that he was waving around?
He was spraying like frosting on people.
Is that what it was?
Rainbows,
I remember that.
lollipops, and
But anyways, so you guys land. Start off through the woods, following the lady who.
yeah, go for
supposedly
it.
was
I
rescuing
got
you.
it for people to eat. So
And you guys get jumped by a whole bunch of people in like heavy combat armor with automatic guns. And you guys utterly decimate them. Henry almost blows himself up with a grenade.
More than one.
Typical Henry. Rolled
Yeah.
terrible on my rolls and then just came right back at me.
Then you guys traveled along a little bit farther, not wanting to camp in the middle of the night right next to where you've just destroyed 9. What you came to find out were probably the police of the local area.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, they fired first. Kind of.
Okay.
I set traps.
What did we do?
You set traps and ambushed them. How did they fire first?
What did you guys use on them?
Well, they had looted some grenades.
I made tripwire grenades.
The little girl ran up and was stabbing him with her big poking needle.
We're
This
just
one
shooting at him.
tried to rip them apart. She was the only one that went down. Like one of them just went, and she went. What are you doing? You gonna charge her? Aspirin? Oh, okay. Anyways, so then you guys decided to move a little bit farther past that, so you wouldn't be right where the carnage was. And then as you guys were traveling a couple hours away from there, you guys spotted a little green flashing light. And you guys diverted path. You went up there, and there was this great big hole with a small little, looked like a little mini sub in it. Except it was all green, and there was a weird green goo down at the bottom that seemed to be disintegrating the ground as it touched it.
like fluorescent green goo.
Yes. Anyways, after conversing with the person that was inside the ship, is the ship, we're not quite certain.
We entered his man cave, which had a Velvis.
Which had what?
A velvet.
Velvis.
Velvet Elvis.
Haven't you ever seen
It's a painting of Elvis made on velvet.
on Velvet?
Oh boy.
It's called a Velvis.
They were really big back in the 70s and 80s.
What do I put a black light to that?
So, you guys rescue the beer can AI, and then the thing that he was in disappears. So you guys continued on and camped right here.
Amazing.
And now that you guys were camping right here, including the unconscious unicorn, all of this stuff happened.
Recap completed.
Yes, recap complete.
That's pretty quick.
And now the guy is over here, and he's like, "Do you mind if I look at that?" Hold on.
Oh god.
Oh god, another good roll. All right. So he had a 17. Yeah, he got the 2 points he needed. Yeah, so it was 27, 30, 34. And what is your ego?
13.
34, 24, 21. So he's beat you by 20. He's like, "Do you mind if I see that?" That's a really good idea. You really want him to have this
Pin
now.
back in, handy.
He's like, "It's interesting. Hello? Are you the thing that was on the ship?"
No,
Sir.
you idiot.
Sir, that's a grenade.
Ah. Well, here, you can have this back. I don't need that. Where's the thing that was on the ship?
He's in my pocket.
Can I have him?
Don't give him to you. You asshole!
Is everybody else just sitting here watching?
Yeah, like.
Nobody else is doing it.
No, I was.
Can I have that? Or can I look at that? Yeah, sure, here you go.
I'm just looking
Why is
down.
he being so friendly to that? He's not been this friendly to any of you.
Yeah.
So, despite the fact that my mass doesn't change, I still expand myself to be very large, so he basically can't hold on to me.
The weight.
Well, that's not very nice.
Nor is you sneaking up on people. As I just shouted from the tree.
Well, I'm not sneaking up on anybody. I walked right in here.
Where the hell
No
did,
subterfuge.
where the hell did you come from?
I yawned.
That way. Why don't you come down here?
How about no?
Not that I don't carry the way, but it's improper for a gentleman to address a lady, which he cannot see, especially.
He
Wait.
called himself a gentleman. Do you see how filthy he is?
Are you in your what do they call it? Knickers?
No.
What do they call it? Nick-
I am not.
Well, it's so hard to see with you up there. Why didn't you come down?
Come on down. He's a friend.
He's not doing anything to you.
All he cares about are knickers. Don't go down there.
I'm not wearing knickers.
Anyways,
I have a very big
he's
Victorian
walking
dress,
around.
like half
Where-
dress I took off.
where is the
Like
portion
leggings.
of you I should
I have like
dress?
black skin tight leggings, kind of sort of.
I just glow a very, very deep, angry-looking red,
Right here.
and just basically say, "It does not matter, you filthy monkey."
Oh, am I dirty to you?
Yes,
Oh,
way dirtier than the rest of these monkeys.
oh well.
I mean,
And
to be
you
fair,
touched me.
I'm sorry.
to be fair, I'm pretty filthy.
I
Yeah,
can't terminate.
I don't know.
Weeks.
Yeah, she's pretty damn dirty.
I'm like covered in like blood.
Why do you think I
injected me out?
forcibly objected her out?
We'll have to do something about that. And he starts patting the dirt and stuff on him. He starts flaking off.
Ew, please stop.
He's wearing a black tuxedo underneath. And when he shakes his head and the dust cloud disappears, he's wearing a top hat.
My. What does Kitty Betty way?
You can see him like flick the last speck of dirt off of him. And as he reaches behind
I
himself,
love that weapon.
and he comes back out with a gentleman's cane.
Oh
Is
god.
this better?
I point
What the?
and after tapping
Henry,
tapping his head,
Henry.
I
Eric?
point.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I
Did you
point
see
and
that?
she just like goes over to him.
Yeah, it cleans up pretty well.
Yep.
That's not natural.
I'm going
None
to.
of this is natural. Are you kidding me?
I want to attempt to take off his top hat.
You're going to reach for his top hat?
Yes.
Here you go, lady. And he hands you the top hat.
Oh my god.
Actually, I temporarily set my weapon down
I
in his
would-
arm crook, and I just like.
Put it on.
Who are you?
Me?
It probably like goes over your whole head.
I'm Janen.
Jehu?
What are you?
Janen. What am I? Well, what are you? You're the most curious curiosity I have seen here in a while.
That's cool.
Do you put her on Big Daddy?
I would try to explain what I am, but your puny monkey brain wouldn't understand.
Feels like
And I grab my go
Well,
back.
explain away. I'll let you know if I get complicated or confused. If you get too complicated.
I proceed to explain basically the equivalent that I'm an AI that
Yeah.
was created by an ancient race that no longer exists, and that I'm like, oh wait, no, never mind, you won't understand that, and just like periodically have random little like tangents where I'm like, yeah, no, you're not gonna understand that either, or that, and yeah.
Seems like everybody.
And that's what they
Basically.
genetically engineered themselves to have 9 toes on each feet. You don't care about
That,
human
yeah,
toes here.
exactly.
I'm so sorry.
Word here.
Damn it, he got me monologuing.
Or you like cut off and you're like, I can't tell you that
Jocking to
for
myself.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or there'll be periodic things where I'm like, oh wait, nope,
I
can't
kind
tell
of
you that.
avoid her. She's
For
scary.
My
Okay,
internal
fine.
subsystems won't allow me to
Definitely
speak of
sounds
that.
like Hex a little bit.
I failed my
Interesting.
ego roll.
Oh
She-
my
she-
lord.
She escaped from the
I was
same
just,
asylum.
in the area, and I sensed you here. You're very curious. And as a curious individual myself, I had to come and introduce myself.
It's sitting on
He
me.
reaches behind himself, flips out another top hat. At your service.
Do you mind waking up our other companion?
Well, she came at me with a weapon.
You okay, honey?
Well, you're a friend. We can explain that to her. She won't be any harm to you.
Oh, well, you feel free to go wake her up. Can you make sure to take her weapon from her first, so she won't wake up and attempt to shoot me with it?
Am I still under the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Like, grab
For this
her-
scene, he is like your best friend. You would want to do anything for him.
Yeah,
Because
I go and I
he-
grab
he
all
beat-
of her weapons
He's
away.
got it controlled with an ego plus 23.
Here.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
That loud, am I?
Nice.
I was just on the stairs.
Oh, were you?
So yeah, I go take her weapons away and I like start shaking her a little
The
bit. And,
second
like,
you tap her, she wakes up.
like, hey, Bridget, wake up! We have a new friend.
What? We do? What? Can I have my gun?
No.
I was told to hold on to it for now.
Why? Because she gets herself back up to her feet. Dusts herself up.
Oh yeah, she's
I like
covered in
I like take I like space myself like 10 feet from her. I'm just like,
be here pretty soon.
this is Janan.
So Jeanette walks over to her and they start talking and introducing themselves, and Jeanette's like, yes, I've heard of you. You're not that curious. You weren't what drew me to this location. Anyways, your friend wished for you to be awake. I mean none of you any harm. It was just that you came at me kind of offensive, so I was a little scared. Didn't damage you at all, just thought it was a good idea that you slept for a few minutes.
You looked like you hadn't slept in days.
Anyways, now that I've introduced myself, I really have no other reason to be here. I just came to meet you.
Okay.
I'll beg my leave of you.
At this point in time, I will have shrunk myself back down to the size of a beer can. And I'm just kind of sitting there.
I pick you back up.
Bridget, if your friend here, I don't know his name.
My name is Henry.
Ah, yes. If Henry here gives you back his your weapon, do you promise not to shoot me? And so she's like, yeah, sure. You can give her a weapon back.
I just walk over and hand it right back.
Shoot him! Just kidding.
She takes the weapon, she immediately checks the barrel and stuff. You can definitely tell that she is used to handling weapons. Anyways, he's like, is there anything I can do for you before I leave? I've sensed other curiosities in the area and I must be off.
Oh my gosh, that's an interesting word.
Bridget,
Phrase.
what do we need?
We're just traveling through the woods.
Maybe a form of transportation if you can provide?
Well, it looks like you have a horse. Do you need more of them?
That one's unconscious.
We'll need a horse to carry the horse that's not a horse.
Oh, you're a chookaboo.
That's where it's a word.
That's where you friend.
Your horse is unconscious, it
bestie.
looks like. Shall I wake it?
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
It
We don't have to carry it
at
anymore.
least it'll be able to follow you until it fully wakes on its own.
Why is she still asleep? What?
Because
We
you
never
haven't
woke
fully
you.
formed your character, and so as soon as you become an actual character,
You gain
then
consciousness.
you'll be conscious.
You just
You can,
suddenly-
you can carry her around in her like
suddenly
uniform.
boot online. Like, ding.
Yeah,
We-
but
we found you
but we
in
don't
your
know how to make
unicorn
you your
form.
human form.
Yeah,
We don't know.
you're not
how
conscious, so
one.
you can't use any of your abilities like
Right.
switching into a human form.
You're legit just a
We don't even know you have
Sparkly
a human
horse.
form.
Yes. Anyways, I can animate her body to follow you, but as for
sparkly
her mind,
horse.
it's another curiosity. It seems to exist here, but not here.
Interesting.
And her spike on the front there, it seems to be able to pierce the veil.
We're doing the bear.
If, for any uncertain
Means courting them.
circumstances, something dangerous will happen to befall your animal, would you call out my name 3 times?
No. That's
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
that will,
By veil, do you mean space-time? That's how I would understand it, basically.
I mean, it can be qualified as part of the space-time. And he goes, wait, this will
Monsoon
not work.
Shanta. The police.
And you see him
To thrash them.
take off his jacket, and as he flourishes his jacket from behind him around in front and puts it on the other way, he's now wearing a scientist suit, and his hair has grown to be like 2 feet long, and it's all scraggly gray and stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's like,
So
There you go.
what I mean is, not only can it pierce the space-time, as you refer to it, but also the dimensional barriers from one reality to the other. Instead of just going forward and backward, it can also go sideways. I'm not quite certain how it works or how it functions, which is why, if some unfortunate event were to befall this friend, I would love the opportunity to be able to investigate this, to maybe make it
Right.
a little easier for the rest of us folk to travel from one place to the other.
Just because
Before I even wake up, he's gonna have my horn cut off and me like totally dissected.
Well, I grasp and understand the
It's a
concepts
chit
behind how all of that works, but I can't tell anybody how to use it. Because as it sits, my consciousness exists in a higher level of space-time. What they're seeing,
Know some so I can
It's
It's
the
just-
small little footprint you've.
the small little footprint or size is not really it.
You exist in 9 dimensions,
Yeah,
and what we're seeing is the portion that exists in the 3 dimensions that
well,
we
that
can
I
clearly
choose
see.
to allow to exist in the 3 dimensions as they see them.
So, anyways,
That's also why
I must be
have
going,
dimension
but
physics.
you guys had asked for transportation. I can do this.
one moment. He bends down, and you see him kind of toss some dirt and stuff up into his face. Kind of
God, he's making himself filthy again.
And when he comes back up, he's completely caked in mud again, just like he was when he arrived. And you see him kind of go. And out of the woods comes 5 horses. And he walks up to him, and he's kind of petting it on the head. And he seems to be whispering in its ears. And he's like, they'll journey with you for 24 hours.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
You're such a good friend.
Not up to dick. Sorry.
Anyways, I must be going now.
Victorian sling.
I hope that you all have a wonderful journey. And if you ever do need me again, just call out my name 3 times.
No thanks.
Beetlejuice.
Anyways, I do. And as he bends over, he disappears.
I hop down. I'm like,
I should
where
have
do
gone
you
with
go?
him.
You still have the hat.
I do. It's sitting on. It's actually sitting on Big Daddy's head.
I'm imagining this Big Daddy with his top hat.
Does the influence fade?
Huh? After a few minutes, you're like, that guy was really nice. You know, maybe not as nice as I was treating him. Why was I so nice to that guy? Now you're kind of questioning what about him made it so nice, but it seems so natural.
I'm digging in the dirt because I think I think he might have like got like sucked in. I'm like, where'd he go?
What did you like that?
Well, that was odd.
There's too many pictures of the bottom of people's-
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yes, what is
I
wrong?
don't know what happened.
Again?
Anyways, so
Go back to talking to your computer in your other pocket.
I go back to sleep.
yes.
While he's asleep, I'm rewriting some of the subsystems of his computer.
Alrighty.
Overriding the hard drive.
Subtle upgrades.
You wake up and your computer is no longer a binary system; it's a trinary system.
It's also a transformer.
It's a 1, 0, -1 system now.
Oh god. It's a small form quantum computer.
Pretty much.
It knows yes, no, and maybe. All right, so you guys all sleep. The second shift goes by with no problems because you all had a horrible first shift, and you guys are all awake now. Yay!
I never went to sleep.
Yes, you never went to sleep. Okay, so you have 5 horses that seem to be, kind of neighing and whinnying back and forth, looking at you guys.
Alright. Well, time to go.
The one horse totally
Giggle mud.
incapacitated with like its tongue
Giggle
locking out,
mud.
probably.
Perpetually happy face.
So, anyways,
I've got a creepy grin.
you guys go to hop on the horses.
Sure.
As you approach, one kneels down and a saddle appears on it.
Okay.
Convenient.
Alrighty, what's the running speed of your big daddy? Because he's not riding on a horse.
There's no way.
It was speed was
Lower right-hand corner.
okay, right hand. Run
Bodies
is
and
12.
Non-combat.
Non-combat
Babies at
24.
large?
Alrighty. So,
Normal speed.
if he runs, he can keep up with them at a slow trot.
Okay.
Alright. So, you guys go through most of the day. Everybody is very hungry at this point. Unfortunately, nobody has any food. Nobody grabbed any food while you guys were on the ship. Anyways,
We have a health
I
kit.
tried.
Well,
you did. You were looking.
You did eat, so I mean.
The medical kit has
You're
medical
not hungry.
supplies.
I grabbed a bunch of rations.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did find
MREs.
some
I'm
rations.
I grabbed like 8 MREs. And I have a Bowie knife.
Yes, I forgot about you finding those rations in the
I
closet.
was like, wait a second, I found some shit.
I'm gonna need some liquid helium in about 300 years.
That is metallic helium.
Oh yeah, metallic helium 3. Sorry, in about 300 years. Or no, it's like, what does he say? Like, I'll run out in
Like 1,500
1500 years.
At the end of all the books and
Yeah.
stuff, it's roughly where he's at.
Alrighty, so,
After the worm and everything.
you guys pull up. You know, on the horses. Not crashing your horses.
I hear this tire screeching sound now, and I can't get it out of my head. Freaking
you glance back. It's the one that's an unconscious horse. Her tongue's just logging out the side. And as she's slowing down, it's. Anyways, so you guys pull up to a clearing. There is 3 other people here. 2 really big, huge, beefy-looking men with big weapons, and a small, very frail-looking, probably 100-year-old, wrinkly, dark-skinned man. So the 2 big guys, one of them is a big, like, African-American, huge muscles. He's got, big fro, lots of facial hair. And he's one of those like muscle people who have like muscles on top of muscles.
He's got so much muscle he can't touch the back of his head.
And yeah, he's a brick character.
Brick house.
Well, from Borderlands.
Yeah.
He's brick. He's except he's black.
Can't touch
And-
the back of my head.
Anyways, the other guy is muscular up on top and like normal style legs.
Someone skipped leg day.
And
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
and
You don't
Um,
like day.
but his stuff up on top isn't as bulkily muscled as the other guys. His is I mean, he's got like
He's
an
very trimmed.
8-pack and stuff like that, but he's not like you glance at his arm and it's one of those, I can hide my head behind my bicep.
That's
thing.
gross.
Yeah.
That's
He
gross.
has an 8-pack, but
But
like, damn,
He,
it takes
he-
a lot of work.
he does a lot of
8
sit-ups.
packs.
A workout.
Anyways, as you guys are pulling up to this, there is a small vehicle here. Think of like an original Hummer with a canopy on the back. And then there's this frail old man who looks kind of Middle Eastern of descent, really wrinkly. And he's currently in a wheelchair out in the middle of this clearing in the forest.
Ah, you got Mobetas.
This is like our favorite place.
We've been craving it, yeah.
they just put one up by my
Is
place.
it good? No, it's Mobetta.
It's no better.
Very meta.
There's one in the district. It always smells so good. I've not had it.
Hawaiian barbecue.
So anyways, as you guys pull up, Bridget goes, these are the rest of my companions. And she pulls you up and she introduces you to, first off, the 2 big beefy guys come out, and the white one comes up and he you know, they seem to greet Bridget and stuff, exchange pleasantries, and she gives them a quick rundown of what happened. And then she goes to introduce you guys. And she introduces you first because you're the general doctor.
Just give him shit for not showing up with backup.
When she talks about what had happened and how she was able to find the Airbus and stuff, they talk about how the Chinook that they were bringing in to rescue you guys with got shot out. And then they had to steal one of the small boats to get back to shore. And so they had nothing to help you guys with.
Your hair?
It's pretty long.
But anyways,
Okay.
the big white guy comes up to you and he's like, hi, I'm Kane. Nice to meet you. Shake your hand.
Henry.
You're a doctor or a general or
Both.
all right. And he goes around. He introduces himself as Kane to the rest of you, and you know exchanges like a little one-line question with each of you. You know.
He gets no response from me.
Complete. Yeah. He actually introduces himself and tries to get Big Daddy to shake his hand, and Big Daddy just stands there, and it's like he's not even seeing the little girl.
With like that heavy helmet breathing that the big daddies do.
Ooh. Anyways, the other guy comes up and I'm Grant.
Henry.
I'm the explosive expert around here.
Oh, you two will get along splendidly.
Pretty good with explosives myself.
Ah, good.
From your
We'll have to
pocket.
talk.
From your pocket, you hear that.
Talking pocket.
What was that?
Oh. This is an asshole beer can AI that we found. Yeah, that's right. I called you an asshole. Bring it.
I don't say anything. I just
And
sit
you're
there.
speaking to it. It's a beer can and you're speaking to it.
Well, it has an AI in it.
Right.
I know. It sounds crazy.
No. Perfectly plausible.
What
Anyways,
beer
Kane
you
comes and
fucking
introduces
is?
himself to the rest of you
Miller
as well.
Lite.
Miller Lite can.
I'm a PBR now.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty sure anytime he pulls me out of his pocket and he's trying to introduce me to people, I'm not going to say a goddamn word. And at some point, I'll get him to the point where he'll be like, "You asshole, just start saying something."
God damn it, you're making me look like a fool!
Oh my
Pretty
God.
much. That's the idea.
Roasting face.
Anyways, so
We throw you in a black hole.
about this time, the frail old man, he's got a blanket in his lap.
Cupid's kettle
and-
drum.
Sorry, just out of the corner of my eye, I see her over there going like this. Cupid's. What am I missing?
Victorian phrases.
Yeah, Victorian sprays it instead of Cupid's kettle drum means boobs.
Boobs. Just so you know.
I like
Get oil.
I like to pound
Neck
around
oil.
on
You're
Cupid's
a
kettle
beer.
drums.
Neck oil. Aha.
Can of neck oil.
Can of neck oil.
All right. Anyways, the old man comes rolling up to you guys. As I said, he's in a wheelchair. He's got a white like Afghan blanket thing over his lap. Just got huge Coke bottle glasses.
Like Farnsworth glasses?
Yes.
Professor Farnsworth glasses.
Thinking of his eyes look like they're
Good
bugged out.
news.
Good news, everyone!
No, I see more Jackie Chan's, dude. One more thing.
Do not forget curry powder!
Jackie!
No, uncle! No more things!
Welcome, everybody. My name is Lokesh.
Oh, phew, I thought he was going to say Gandhi.
Is that just to me?
Yeah.
I just have like this slight chuckle going on as he's introducing himself.
What is so funny, my friend?
Oh, the asshole beer can said, "Oh, thank God." I thought it was Gandhi.
No, while I am a very peaceful man, I will not
do the things that Gandhi has done. But it is nice to meet all of you. This is not the type of group that I was expecting, though.
This isn't the kind of future I was expecting either.
You are familiar to me. Where is it that I know you from?
Well,
You know what money? Wow.
did you work with DARPA at all?
Let me ask you this. Does the name Mohinder Lokesh Singh mean anything to you? Now you can roll an intelligence roll.
Made it by 5.
Yeah. You've actually worked with this guy. He was a lot younger, like in his like, early 20s. But you've worked with this guy before. He's the one that worked on the Matran systems.
Yeah, I know you. Henry Knight.
Henry
We worked
Knight,
together.
Henry Knight. Let me see if I can go. No, I'm sorry. My brain is very old.
Did you roll 3 6s?
No, 663, but that's enough for him to fail. I'm sorry, my brain is.
We worked on the Matran system together.
Well, I did work on the Matran system. That was my baby. Where was it in Houston? Was it in where did I get to work with you? What were we doing?
Where was I based again?
You actually went all over. That's why you'll have access codes in a lot of the different redoubts.
At least for the Matrans work.
Well, you can essentially just give him a rundown. It gives him a chance to.
Yeah.
No, I rolled the exact same thing. I am sorry. My brain is really. Maybe after I've had a chance to sleep properly in a good bed, I will be able to come up with where it is that you and I know each other so well. Clearly, it is from the Matran system, but I cannot for the life of me remember you.
It's alright. I worked on a lot of projects. I was all over the place.
So, we have a problem.
Obviously.
Well, normally we would have picked you up with a Chinook and taken you back to Cerberus. Unfortunately, Cerberus is not under our control.
What happened?
Well, we were invaded a few weeks ago, and they evidently laid some code. Not certain if you have computer background knowledge.
Oh yeah, I
But Grant tells me, Grant, the demolitions expert over there, he tells me that it was a dormant code to set off a cascading chain reaction in our nuclear reactor.
That's bad.
Yes, it went critical and irradiated all of Cerberus. So unfortunately, the place that we were using as our base to combat against the Great Vills is now kind of irradiated. While we could clean it up, it will take a while, and the base itself does not actually have any electricity as of right now, since its only source of power went boom.
At this point, I've gotten.
Was it
bored
a
and
full
I'm exploring the
meltdown?
camp.
Are we talking Chernobyl level incident?
Well, we have not been able to go back in there as of yet. Finding proper gear that would allow us to enter without fatally injuring us has been kind of a problem. But
Yes, he does.
but so what we
Indian
have to do?
Deckard Cain.
Well, excuse me if my only old person voice sounds like Deckard Cain.
That's okay. I like Deckard Cain.
The Horadrim have attacked us. We must go against Belial.
So sad that he's dead. So sad that he's dead.
Anyways, so we have to find a way to cleanse the area if we are going to go back inside.
Well, is the plan to go back inside or find somewhere else?
Well, it is. when I was still working back in the Villes, I was able to delete all records of Redoubt Bravo. Redoubt Bravo is nicknamed Cerberus by those of us who worked there beforehand. Anyways, it was a facility where the Matrans was kind of headquartered, where I worked on everything. And since I was able to remove it from all of the records, we do not have to worry as much about the people from the Ville finding it.
Well, then we need to find radiation gear.
Exactly. You guys were the last group that we attempted to rescue that we could remember the current locations for.
All right.
So, let me give you guys a brief rundown what has happened since you have entered cryosleep. As he's looking over at the little girl.
Who's exploring at the camp?
These are not the type of people I was expecting. You know of this Frozen program, right?
Yeah. I was surprised, though, that I woke up in a large storage cryo and not my personal one.
Yes. That would be our thing. What had happened is we were trying to rescue people from all of the different facilities. It was becoming very hard for us to get each individual person. What we were able to do was we networked everything together and we utilized the Matran system. Also, kind of to the detriment of the Matran system. We tied it all together and we were able to beam everybody right from their cryopods into one large container. Unfortunately, they had the elder snakefish. He is the ruler of the current Ville that was right on the coast. Had detected the electrical signature, and he sent his people. So we were not able to get you out as easily as we had hoped.
All right. Well,
so I'm not familiar with what some of these allies of ours are. The few I know of.
I'll let them make their introductions to you.
I'm just walking
Who
around
and where are you from?
with my 2-foot-long needle.
Fuck, I forgot my name. Because I changed it.
You were Theodora.
Theodora.
Theodora. And what timeline did you come from?
Victorian era?
And what year of our Lord was that?
God, fucking hell. If you would ask me, I would have to try to remember that, wouldn't I? Go look it up yourself!
Hey, you can always say that you can't remember.
That's true. I don't remember.
Very well. As a person with limited memory cognitions, I completely understand those parts.
Oh, the 1800s. Haha. 1837 to 1901.
Well, I am 138 years old.
I'm much older than you are.
I'm chronologically 138.
Pretty sure I'm older than all of you.
But you don't age like
I
a
don't
biological.
age like a biological does.
What was it, 1850s?
And you? Who are you? Where are you from? You are very muscular. Are you a fighter?
So you could say that.
I guess you could.
Yeah, no, he doesn't notice. Boy, I am rolling
What?
horrible. We're gonna treat that. Anyways, what is your specialty? What are you good at? What do you do? I do not see any weaponry.
getting a very distinct feel of
Oh, see,
League
I'm
of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh my goodness! What is that?
My fingers.
Those are not fingers. What
Come
fingernails?
hither, come hither. Come a little closer.
You have turned yourself into what is the name? The man from the TV shows. The Nightmare Man with the Caesar fingers.
And with scissor hands?
I was thinking Freddy Krueger.
I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to get across. But he just remembers the whole where he flicked the things that kind of sounded like shears and stuff.
The rest of us were all like.
You wouldn't.
You have nightmare finger. You're knife man. What? How do you do this?
We're like Wolverine. Yeah, it comes out and then it comes back in.
You don't know how you are doing this?
I have the suspicion she might be a vampire.
Yeah, vampires do not exist.
Yeah, they do.
He changed into a bat.
The fuck is that?
I just gesture and I'm just like, vampire.
I've noticed that
This
the top hat slipped, and so I climbed back up.
You start to see this bulge in his pocket.
Whoa, whoa, hey,
The man in
hey,
my in your
Skippy,
pocket.
stop doing that in the
Happy to
pocket.
see me.
You're gonna rip my pants.
I just like toss the beer can on the ground.
and he comes rolling closer to you. He doesn't seem to be creeped out at all.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, aren't you just the cutest little girl?"
I'm just like holding my 2-foot long needle gun.
So, who are you and where is your silent father and from?
Your silent father.
I shrug.
Excuse me, sir, where are you and your daughter from? Right. So, is your father a good fighter?
She just looks. She's just like. They don't speak much.
They're not very talkative.
No.
So, have you guys had a chance to see her father fight?
He's pretty good at it.
You've just seen him take bullets.
Soaks the hit. He soaks hits pretty well.
I just hold up my big needle.
Oh, what do you have there? Can I see that?
I'm just gonna.
You do not have to hand it to me. Hold it closer. My eyes, and you see him reach up and kind of adjust the lenses on his glasses.
Great, he has moss glasses too.
You hold it up close. Can you turn it sideways so it's not pointed right at me? Let me see that closer. Oh, pull it back! Pull it back! So he like closely inspects it. What is the purpose of this?
She seems to extract something from someone's body.
That's what the little cat is. Actually, the description of it is the stuff that holds the atom is legit just a baby bottle that's like secured to
The needle unit.
the needle unit.
Needle unit.
How did you guys know?
So,
Like the search mail later.
Also, Lakesh, that beer can there that I just tossed on the ground.
it's not a beer can. Didn't you say you were getting a little bit bigger?
The shape of a beer can, but larger at this point.
At
Is-
this point, I'm the size of a small oil drum.
That's
Maybe,
Skippy.
maybe not.
Some sort of AI we found on our way here.
Oh, an AI! He rolls over and he's like, "Greetings, Skippy. How are you today?"
Don't be an asshole.
Hello?
Damn it.
Great. He starts to roll away. I got it. Fine. Play a joke on the old man. Get him to talk to the rocks.
He said,
I'm not a rock!
I go over and pick him up.
I'm a freaking
He's
oil
an oil
drum.
drum size
You're
now.
oil drum now?
Yeah.
Oil drum shaped like a beer can.
Oh,
Come back, come back.
He turns around, comes rolling back over. So, where are you from, Mr. Skippy? Is it Mr. Doctor? What?
You may call me Skippy the Magnificent.
It's Dr. Mister.
And I am not from this planet, this filthy mud ball that you call a planet. I did not come with them, they found me. Crash landed in the forest.
Oh, I see.
The poor baby lost his Velvis.
What is this Velvet?
It's a painting of Elvis made of velvet.
Ah.
It's really popular back in the 70s.
Well, as it would be, back
There we
at
go.
Cerberus, back in our office, we actually have a painting of a velvet Elvis.
You do?
Cash is
the
Skippy's new
camp,
best
is
friend.
it still like foresty or is it like dirt?
It's like a clearing, just like a break in the trees. It
Okay.
looks like there's a couple paths that could be used to drive the vehicle. Because as I said, there is a Humvee sitting here, and there is like 2 logs set up and a campfire in the middle, and that's it.
So like the ground is more dirt than grass.
No, it's grass. It's just there are a couple like ruts. Was the best way to describe it, because everything has grown over. It's been hundreds of years since anything's used this. But the paths that were worn in, because it used to have like a gravel road that went through here,
Okay.
but over the course of hundreds of years, the gravel is all kind of dispersed and grass has grown up, but the ruts and stuff are still kind of there.
Had a thought, but then I forgot it.
Oh, I know that very
I'm
well.
an absent-minded beer can too. Keep that in mind.
Anyways,
Don't tell me you were watching some of the TV shows on my tablet.
You call that TV?
Hey, Alf was good.
Actually, you're not incorrect there. That's like one of the few shows they actually got somewhat right about actual extraterrestrials.
Anyways,
except that Alf used to eat the Mershan. It's now become a very rare delicacy. It's very hard to find the Mershan anywhere else. Cat people seem to have all just fallen over and died all of a sudden. Oh.
So, it's taken her a minute, but she's trying to answer his question, like, who are you and stuff. She's like, I'm crudely drawing as best as I can in the log my name.
Okay.
It's like spelled wrong, but you get like,
It's spelled phonetically.
yeah, it's like Cam, and then ill. Just like carved crudely, and I was using like I was carefully using my little needle to like kind of like carve it.
Doesn't even break it.
Camille?
I look.
Is this your name?
What's your name, Camilla or Camille?
I looked at him when he called.
So this is your name, correct? Wonderful. We will call you Camille even if it is not your name.
so I guess
We call
first
it
things
short-
first, we
short
need to
little
find
diamond.
something to protect us from radiation.
Yes, this would be very helpful,
Lose some
as we have no place to sleep as of now.
funky ass smothered
Well,
carrots.
places I can think of off the top of my head that they could be at is either nuclear power generators
Shady, doubtful.
or other redoubts, other bases.
Yes, most of the redoubts have been buried.
Shake the
What we've got to do is we've got to find, as you said, a place built on a nuclear reactor would be a very, very wonderful place to find.
Oh, shake the flag.
Whereabouts are we in the wide world of what was America?
We are just west of the Rocky Mountains, up kind of where Washington was.
I'm definitely not from
Pacific
America.
Northwest.
I'm not from America.
She says with disdain.
At which point Skippy's like, I'm not from Earth.
I'm not from Earth.
I'm from somewhere in France.
Off the top of my head, can I remember any nuclear power plants that were in the immediate area?
Do you have
on the West
anything
Coast?
Still figuring it out.
skill-oriented that deals with nuclear
Probably
physics or
not
anything?
Earth,
Yeah.
though.
I have nuclear
I thought
physics.
you were gonna be
Perfect.
that's your job.
Make me a
And
roll.
nuclear engineering.
Oh,
Ooh,
so
make me a nuclear engineering roll.
I asked them
And I'll be right back.
to only work until 7 on Wednesdays, and they were able to do it. So
Nice. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
but yeah, no.
You're not
I
changing-
was honestly surprised
I'm a
that they
small
were
world
like,
actually.
"Oh yeah, sure." Okay.
Where do you work?
Inner bank.
You work at a bank.
Nantinarchy. Want to
And
go
that's what's called
Nantinarchy?
It's not like a traditional bank. We do like loans
Bitcoin.
and stuff.
Bitcoin
okay.
bank.
So basically, I just do a whole lot of paperwork and sometimes take
Let's
calls.
go for a nose thing. Someone who takes a day trip to the beach. A day trip to the beach. Cool.
They usually like snack and mess around on my phone a lot.
Oh shit, right?
Hey, we're in Utah. We can take a day trip to
I
the
am
beach.
not
It's
taking
called
a
the
day
Great
trip.
Salt Lake.
Nope.
Stinky beach.
Yeah.
Hey, just because it smells like rotten eggs a little bit,
No, that is not a
It's
little.
dead grind, man.
you can at least float in it.
Ew.
You can.
I know you can. You can also float a car into it, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. You can put your body into it.
It's
It's just salt
salt
water.
water. It's
That's
actually
too much salt.
probably healthier than some things.
It's like 3 times the salt content of the ocean, but
Yeah, I need
Made
to
by
build a
2.
catch tray. Or you
Made by
should put
2?
your tray underneath of it.
You remember
Wherever your tray
isn't
went.
there one in
It's
like
little dice
Seattle?
behind
Those two.
those two.
Absolutely preposterous.
Skippy proceeds to berate everybody for trying to meddle in things that they don't understand. Basically calls all of you idiots for trying to do something with what did you call it?
What?
The project that you worked on?
The Matran system?
You truly don't understand how this technology works. Why would you think to mess with it?
Well,
You
I am the one that,
rink.
I am the one that came up with the mathematics behind it. At least I was the first one here on Earth to do this.
She's French.
Mm.
Doesn't know much English.
Ah.
I don't see you able to teleport all over the planet, Mr. Beer Can.
Mr. Beer Can. You can roll your ass down the street, boy.
Occasionally humming or singing for
Anyways,
Yeah, and I don't see you being able to occupy multiple sections of space-time.
Well, that's just because I'm a filthy human.
Yes, you are a filthy human.
Feel better about yourself now?
Yes.
I know it will
He
do.
also proceeds to say, I would like to look at your math.
Oh gosh. Where'd it go?
That would be wonderful. I would love to have another set of eyes on it.
There it
What
is.
was the project called again?
Over Project Excalibur.
Oh, it was one of my stones.
Just look up Project Excalibur on the tablet. There's project notes in there for you.
Oh, I don't have to use your tablet.
Whatever.
I mean, as in the sense that I
Or
don't
did
have
you
to.
download it while I
I
was looking?
I don't have to I don't have to physically use. You should be surprised your tablets. Actually, no. That's why I did what I did to your tablet.
What did you do to my tablet?
Anyways,
I made it better
the whole reason we've got
while
to find
also
these-
downloading the entire known history of the human race.
Well, whatever was loaded on that.
Great.
We've got to find these suits because the radiation inside there is hard radiation. It would destroy any type of actual living matter. Anything that is alive will be dead. We can throw Skippy in there, but I do not know if he would be very useful.
Roll him down an air shaft, see what happens.
You will
shaft.
not do that to me.
Is there any,
If
like,
someone can get
small
me
animals
inside, then I
around?
can do a proper diagnostic and see what's going
sure.
on.
You can see a rabbit with some antlers on it.
I'm gonna try and kill it.
Oh
So-
my.
What?
Would I know?
I'm hungry.
Damn.
Would
I
I
have
know
food.
where the closest nuclear
I
reactor
don't
would be?
know.
I do not.
No, with my roll.
Oh, with your roll. You know that there is some somewhere in California.
Which is known in England. Just
Um,
find out.
Huh?
But as far as you
Figure out-
know,
figure
there's
out
none up in
knowing
Washington
her.
themselves. Like you're able to list off 2 of them that are in California, with their locations and stuff like that. You've actually been to one of the facilities.
I didn't catch
Which
it.
is the closest one?
You didn't catch it.
No, I rolled 2 6s and a 4.
Yeah, you went lunging after it, and it did these huge, like 6-foot jumps, and was just gone.
I ran up it, skin the dirt.
A 6 and a 6 and a 4 isn't a good roll.
No,
Oh, no,
the
it's a-
lower the better.
It's a yeah.
Because
It's the
every roll
opposite
in
of
this
D&D.
game,
The lower you roll is the best.
in this game, whatever your rolls are, so like on her character
You
sheet
spoke
here,
the Queen's English.
like if she goes to make like perception roll, it says it's an 11 minus. So that would be 11 minus whatever your dice roll is.
Oh, don't do
So
that.
the lower you roll, the more you make it by.
And no,
Hey,
I felt
Make me a perception roll.
Interesting.
I made it by 2.
You have now heard him not once but twice mention that the radiation will kill anything that is alive.
So backwards from D&D.
Just so you know.
Which one's the closest?
Is that you?
The one that's in Northern California.
Well, we could head to that one.
The radiation at the base that he's talking about.
Yes.
Kind of a roundabout way to get to Cerberus, but
If someone can get me in,
Yes.
I could get you in.
The facility that you're
Oh, they
talking
would.
about
They would know.
is currently under about 120 feet of salt water.
God, quite a few languages.
Most of California
Oh yeah, I would know this.
is now.
is
we have
underwater.
to figure out that I'm French.
Yeah.
well, I guess we could go with the Skippy
Does
option.
your outfit kind of speak it?
Who's willing to sacrifice themselves to get him inside?
How
Or are we planning on just trying to open the door and pitch him?
Don't do that! I need somebody to plug me in.
Roll your ass down there!
Excuse me.
What is it?
I'm not alive.
What do you mean?
Didn't you turn into
Right.
a bat in front of him?
Right,
So like,
I completely forgot that you are a vampire.
wait.
Excuse me.
What's up, Tinky Butt?
She's gonna hide under the table.
I completely forgot that you are a vampire.
Well, you
Does
also.
radiation actually damage you?
Help her.
Well, I've never had the chance to test it.
I'm just gonna plug this.
Imagine it be something kind of like Wolverine.
There you go. We could attempt to put you in there and see what happens.
Hello, my tiny human.
Sounds like a bad choice.
Maybe it's cold. I would prefer you to stay upstairs.
It's an option.
It's a lot closer. We are 2 days from Cerberus.
Maybe that.
If we have to travel to the one
If
in
we gotta go
California,
there
that's
anyway, then we'll just come
Bioshock.
back, I guess, if we can't figure this out.
That was definitely looks pretty modern.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, let's. I
Yeah,
guess
see your
it's
plumber's
Cerberus for now.
cracked this thing.
all right. So
So you literally look like the character from Bioshock.
For the most part.
everybody, pile into the Hummer.
But I have my hair.
Well, is that what you call
hair
it?
down. I've got like I've got like a cute little
As he glances at the horse, except for
Turn that down,
the
Sophie.
unicorn. I vaguely remember a unicorn from
Here,
before
baby.
the freeze.
You guys have any rope?
You get tired to the outside.
You realize that the unicorn seems to be following the Big Daddy.
Well, it'll follow the big guy, I guess. Big guy can't get in there anyway.
You disrespect the
Fail. Right there.
Well,
National dice.
yeah, pile in.
All right, so you riding on the Big Daddy, who's going to be running next to the Humvee?
Yes.
All right. She's following you.
No.
You hopping in
I
the Humvee?
tap the beer can oil drum.
I shrink.
Kane and Grant sit on the top.
Of the oil drum?
No, the Humvee.
Oh. I was gonna say, get off me!
Get your
That way there's plenty of room for everybody else in the car.
Filthy monkey butts
Butts
off
off
me.
me!
All right, so about 6 hours later, you guys end up getting up there. When you guys finally make it to a blacktop road, the driving actually slows down
Because it's rough.
because the blacktop,
He's doing the whoopee whoop whoop.
yes, it literally looks like somebody took the end of the blacktop and shook it a whole bunch of times, and it just has this wave to it now down the entire road. So usually he drives off the side of the road.
On the shoulder.
Yep. You guys get to a spot where it kind of turns and does like a switchback up through some trees, and then you guys are heading like up the top of a mountain. And as it comes around one side, the road is maybe 12 feet wide, and the Hummer's taking up about 10 feet of that. So it's dropping off, and by the time you get up to where he pulls in, it's about 1,000-foot drop straight down from the top of this area here. And he pulls in, and it's like a little bitty like overlook area. You know, it's got like one of those information plaques, and it's got
Like a scenic overlook.
the remnants of those glasses that you could put money in to look through, which of course none of them function anymore after hundreds of years. And there's a couple cars and stuff parked up here. And he walks over to one area of like the rock face that goes up from the parking lot. There's little parking lots here, and then there's the mountain continues up, like almost straight up. And he walks over to like one spot on the rock, and you see him push it in, and something slides sideways, and he does something, and a little bitty tiny door pops out in the rock.
Kind of what her hair looks like.
Okay.
Anyways,
I hand the beer can to the vampire.
my darlingest vampire, I need you to go inside here. Do not go very far. Travel to the end of the hallway, and then come right back. We will see if there is any deterioration on you. We do not want you to fall apart. Or heaven forbid, re-die. I'm not quite certain what would happen if you were destroyed, what the proper verb or noun or pronoun. I don't even remember what any of those are anymore. But anyways, we need to make sure that you are not going to just fall apart. So please, go to the end of the hallway and come right back.
Take the can with you.
That's what you can.
Alright, so as soon as you guys enter, you guys realize that this small door that you just came through is nothing compared to what's right next to you. Because you guys are on a small little walkway, and you've entered a room that's probably 200 feet tall,
Oh, Jesus.
and probably 500 feet or so in length, with probably 300 feet wide. And as you walk through, right behind you, you can see that there is a gigantic door that would slide sideways, opening up a huge area to come into this area. Anyways, if you continue along, it leads to another door, but there doesn't seem to be any electricity in here.
Is there one?
Yes? That door won't open.
Well, I'm trying to open the door, so you have to touch it.
Okay. Can you go
I just
back?
happened to notice that. I was like, that's super cool.
Alright,
So
so
the 4 and the 3 are both on the same side.
you come out, and he kind of scans you with some instruments, and he's looking at it, and he's... Oh, this is very odd. The most radioactive thing on you is the beer can. I should have taken base scans of both of you, I guess. This,
Old age.
I'm very confused now. Would you mind going? Would
Would you kindly? Look at her,
Oh, is that your trigger word?
my darling vampire friend. Would you please go to the end, now that I have a base scan of both you and Skippy here, go to the back door again and come back. I promise this should be the last time I have to ask you something like this. You do it? Okay. You guys come back.
I actually want to make
And he scans. Oh, very well. No change in either one of you. You are both completely immune to the radiation. As far as I can tell.
I could have told you
As
that.
he kind of whispers to himself. As far as I can tell. So, do you want to go and try
This is the
to...
same one. Like, this is the same way. 3 to 5.
Alright, do you have a very good memory? Like, if I were to describe or draw you a map in the dirt, could you find your way through this military complex, down 18 floors, to the area where the nuclear reactor is?
Yeah.
This is where having an eidetic memory would be very handy.
I got my.
I do not have that.
Alright, so,
There's the rock.
then,
I'm in the right. I'm in the right. I know that.
It's one of those abilities
Skippy.
you'll be picking up later.
Skippy, do you have the type of memory that will be able to remember the map, the way?
I mean, not on this list, right?
He doesn't have identity.
I don't have eidetic memory, but
What's your intelligence score?
20.
no.
No,
That's
that's right, 30.
30?
Yeah, and I technically could just, you could tell me where to download it, and I will just download the map. You don't have to.
There's no
draw it.
downloading. There's no internet.
Would my tablet have a schematic of each
No.
base?
No? Okay, well then, draw it out and I'll.
Alright, so he proceeds to draw out a very rough outline of the base itself. He shows you. He shows you like a drawing of the door, and he shows you where the manual overrides are, so you can manually crank the doors.
Fine.
And he tells you how to find the
And the teeny dice
service
that are
shack.
next to
I'm
it
trying
in
to
a
think of
small
the name.
baggie.
The service shack, which will have the elevator that runs the entire length of Cerberus up and down, except the top 3 levels, the command levels. And so he runs you through all of that. We do not have a light source.
That's not a problem, as I
Yeah, that
start to
one.
glow
And
green.
then
Oh,
we like
wonderful!
it in a small baggie, but the dice are this size.
Your navigator also has a glow light. Rub his belly, snuggle up to him. He's a glowworm.
Don't touch me.
Anyways, so the 2 of you head in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't have any control over where I'm going, so.
She walks in, sets you down at the front door, and laughs and walks off.
And I just sit there and go, ha ha, joke's on you. Good luck finding your way.
Nobody's coming in for you.
You can see if I have it. Anyways, so
Good grief, what is going on over there?
make me 2 dex rolls,
Dice flying everywhere, it's fine.
and Skippy, make me 2 intelligence rolls.
Actually, no, we're still good. Cool.
Yeah, I think you're at 15 minus, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's a 30.
and I made it by 2 on the first roll.
Made it by 1 on both.
Woo, yeah.
Perfect. So you're able to find
Made it by
all
5.
of the doors
Second.
and the entryway to the ladder and get to them just fine. You passed the physical trials.
The mental trials, you did what? I made it by 2 on the first and then by 5 on the second.
Okay. So you remember all the layouts and stuff like that.
Well, I just picked up dice. Here. Look through mine and see which ones.
Looks like this.
Oh, no. No.
Oh,
Thank you.
no worries.
Anyways, so you guys end up making it all the way down to the nuclear core.
other than your light, it's really dark in here. It's funny because you guys end up going in through a lock that has like 9 suits in it, nuclear suits.
Yeah, but they're all contaminated.
Yes, they are.
So it wouldn't matter anyways.
Anyways, so you guys are in the core.
See if we can find some kind of workstation.
So as you enter, think of like the door on a submarine. Once you get past the airlock, it's got like a big metal door, and then inside there's like a central control tower that has like all of the computers wrapped around it. So there's lots of computers in here. Of course, not in that tower, but
These ones don't go flying.
yeah. Occasionally, I got my dice. They would like hit on the lip, and they would like bounce way out.
Well, like I set my
my
babies down.
I tell her to look around for some kind of visual schematic board that would potentially show a way of flushing out any kind of system. I guess. I don't know.
So you make an intelligence roll, and if he succeeds, then you make a
Are you in
perception
the
roll.
nuclear reactor room?
Yeah, with her.
Look at your
I've got
nuclear engineering.
nuclear engineering.
Okay,
Yeah.
then roll that, because that's going to be a lot better for you.
What? Actually,
No.
And nuclear physics.
nuclear physics, not engineering. But
So not as useful, but still a lot better than just an intelligence roll.
I made that by 4.
Okay, so as you're kind of walking around the room, and he's like, "All right, check over there, check over here. Can you open that panel?" That kind of stuff. You actually find a small backup generator that's used for running the computer systems here.
Okay.
In case the main goes offline,
Okay.
they'll still have computer systems. It does not look like it was actually tripped, so it's still fully fueled.
Stop that bitch up.
Try and start the generator.
Alrighty, so you guys spend about 5 minutes. You guys actually get the generator itself powered up and going. No, it's not a little flip of a switch. You got to prime it with a priming handle and stuff like that.
That's how you eat my dinosaur.
Red lights come on, klaxons going off.
Dinosaurs being introduced in the Cerberus. Wait, what?
Wait, radioactive dinosaurs?
Yes, radioactive, super intelligent dinosaurs
Oh dear God.
with freaking lasers.
With freaking laser beams.
Anyways, so you guys get the little backup generator on, and 2 of the computers light up in the center of the room.
Set me down near one of those computers.
Say the magic word.
Please. The amount of disdain and disgust with you is palpable. You can tell. Like, I hate you right now. Please. Legs. I can do this on my own.
So you set him down next to the computer. Alright. Just imagine her setting him down and him going, "How you doing?"
Okay,
down
let's
next to
see
the
here.
computer and then immediately pick him
You know
up
what
and
he
walk
needs?
away.
You should look into the power of cyberkinesis. You're an AI. That would be much better than having your computer skills. Cyberkinesis is just the ability to mentally take control of computers.
Right.
Access them as if you were trying to retrieve memories and stuff. Oh, you can do so much with cyberkinesis.
So, what would you like me to use as it is right now?
I've
got system.
What are you trying to do?
Operation. Just interface.
If you're trying to just use the normal login prompts and stuff like that and go through the menus, then you would just use like computer use. If you're trying to like hack your way in,
I have computer programming.
Then you would end up using computer programming.
He has
if you're
hacking
trying,
too.
And I do have hacking.
hacking would be probably the easiest for you to use.
Well, I'm going to use that anyways, just because I don't know. I wouldn't know anything, and he's the only person who potentially might, and he's not able to come in here. So,
He doesn't have my credentials. I know.
booyah! So,
Nice roll.
yeah, I beat that by 9. So,
By 9?
yeah.
All right. So the computer was like, please enter your credentials. And you're like, no.
Verbal override.
And it's like, no, please enter your credentials. No.
Great.
What is no? And then while it's stumped, you're like, and now you're distracted. Right behind you.
Pretty much.
All right, so you're now in the system. You have the general schematics. You can see that there are lots and lots and lots of alarms. Evidently, the entire base seems to be completely irradiated. Most of the anti-radiation fluids are non-functioning.
Does it appear that they could be made functional?
With the proper stuff, most of it looks as if the systems have just jammed.
Physically jammed?
Yes.
Okay.
The one area. Somebody get me the raspberry.
Only one man would give me raspberry jam.
Henry. It looks as if the only one that is currently functioning was one that was on a separate unit.
Susan will let herself underneath there.
The decon room, which acts as the main airlock coming in and out of this room, where all the
suits
and stuff are, is functioning. It just needs to be powered, which you can easily from here reroute power.
So I'll redirect power and then proceed to search for a means to maybe undo whatever virus or whatever that they used to cause the whole meltdown in the first place.
Okay.
Basically reopen any systems that have been locked down, kind of thing.
So do you throw it through a decon cycle then?
Yeah.
Okay. So all 9 of the suits now are completely decontaminated. And how much more time do we have?
It's 9:31.
It's 9:31.
Negative 1 minute. And we'll have to call it there for tonight.
Fair enough. Thank you all for joining us this evening.
Yes,
So-
thank you.
I think I've fully fleshed out the backstory of my character.
And we
Give
were
my
nice.
tablet next
So
time.
he's definitely
Give my tablet.
part of this post-apocalyptic world,
Okay.
and where he kind of gets the
grab all
ability
the
to
other
do
dice?
this extra human, superhuman shit